Welcome back. This will be the final part 4 video of the what I would like to see from Civ 7 or my Civ 7 wish list. So I got 3 things, a little bit more detailed, and then it's like several bonus things that I'll just kind of rattle off. Anyways, let's get on with it. Number 12, Territory Expansion. Currently, I use a mod that allows this in Civ 6, and it's fantastic. Expand borders, starting in the Renaissance era, beyond your city's already expanding borders. Hard to come up with an idea, but maybe starting around the period of Europeans' exploration and colonization time period. Expansionist Unit that expands borders like a culture bomb. Takes 6 turns, maybe plants a flag, or depends on the game speed. This idea should make it into Civ 7. Number 13, add hydroponics. As a builder improvement in the information or digital eras, only available on flat desert, tundra, and ice tiles. Can duplicate any crop resource after hydroponics improvement is down. Maybe even have a wonder, Bustanica. Extra food or gold yield depends on resource from hydroponics in this city. Number 14, game AI. I know it's not easy to program an AI that needs to take in all the variables of a game like Civ, especially when you're limited to the hardware ability of computers. So maybe it is time that Civ is more of a cloud-based game, which would make it easier to update the AI over time, especially adjusting to how humans are playing the game. It's just an idea. Don't kill me if you don't like it. But I have an issue with the victory conditions that have been in the previous Civ games. The game is more of a race to a specific victory rather than the interaction in the game. In Civ 6, the AI is just kind of going down its path to the victory condition it is trying to achieve, interacting when it must in other areas. This is something that has made Civ 6 a little disconnected when playing. Even I fall into that trap of going to a victory condition, especially late game. Just because you achieve the science victory doesn't mean you were the dominant Civ. The in-game victory should take into account the entire game. In my mind, this would lead to Civs using the area of the game they were designed to dominate in and facilitate the other areas. For example, a culture-dominated Civ using its culture to facilitate the other areas of its empire. There has been plenty of times where I have won a Civ game, but I wasn't the dominant Civ. The totality should be important. Just because a Civ sent a rocket to space but sucked in every other aspect doesn't mean they were the dominant Civ. Something should be done to keep the game and AI open and fun and engaging, instead of closed off and having tunnel vision on an end goal. Alright, I got a bonus section here. It's just a lot of little things, not a lot of detail, but just little tidbits and things to probably just, maybe if the devs ever see this, just to kind of think about maybe small tweaks, small improvements, that kind of thing. But military unit production should also cost food to account for the population of the military, not just the resources or production. Or maybe pre-industrial era units should focus more on food being the main source of production, or a combination of food and production. Military great people should come from combat experience, and you get bonus experience from military buildings you have. I think this is how it was in Civ 5. Civ 6, you run out of the ability to earn military great people, but combat still goes on. City menus and info come up when clicking on a city, like in Civ 5. This was a highly popular mod after Civ 6 released, and really, it was like that in all previous Civ games. I don't know why Civ 6 went to the buttons at the bottom to bring up your info panels, and it just doesn't come up when you click on a city. Also, like to see the ability to place more than one district for certain districts to allow for more city specialization. The 3 that make the most sense: harbor, commercial, industrial zones. Land trade system. If your city has claim to a tile 4 tiles out, that is 2 tiles away from my city, I'd like to trade for it. Allow clicking on the city for any action that requires it, not just picking the city out of a list. Currently, I think the only process in Civ 6 that allows this is the relocating trader units. But there are other actions where this would be useful. Moving spy units, governors, etc. all are by list only. Scout units or recon class units should be undetectable, even in enemy territory. After banking is researched, I like to see a debt system in the game. You take out a loan and you need to pay it back after so many turns. You can always pay off debt by issuing more debt, but the bank might cut you off after your debt to income ratio reaches a certain limit. Failure to pay will result in any surplus gold going to paying off the debt. With production, resources generated, culture, and food also suffering a 10% penalty. Think of this as inflation. For the love of deity, ability to have larger fonts on all the in-game text. Unit build selection, clarity, or order. Civilian units at the top, then ground military, then naval units, then air units, and last specialty units. Civ 6 seems like they're all mixed around after civilian units. If great works make a comeback, better management, like an all art museum filter, and things like that. Also, a way to search for any specific piece of great work. Example, Artifact Renaissance. So you can see all the artifacts that are available and who owns them, so I can trade for them. Add dinosaur fossils also. Bridges would be a great addition. Not just wonders like the Golden Gate Bridge, but basic bridges, just 1 tile, and maybe a bridge wonder 2 tile. Another thing I'd like to see come back is building a settler and having that unit join an already existing city. This is like relocating population. Devs need to keep their politics out of the game. There's a controversial feature added for the Gathering Storm expansion that man-caused global warming would flood tiles and be lost to the rising ocean unless the flood barrier was built. While some of these features were neat and cool, we haven't seen anything that drastic in the world. Walking a fine line with that path. If anything would kill the Civ franchise, it is this. Last thing, make worlds a sphere. Thank you for making it all the way through this. That is some of the things I would like to see addressed, just better in depth in a lot of aspects of the game. I've played all Civ games and expansions, and we'll play Civ 7. Hopefully they hear this, hopefully they see this and get some ideas, improvements, and look forward to seeing what they come up with. They do a great job, and they've done a great job throughout the entire franchise. Thank you guys. Take care.